My mom is a monster with 6 arms. Every morning, 2 of her hands haul Dad and me out of bed, another 2 busily stuff breakfast into our mouths, and the remaining 2 wash us up and dress us simultaneously. The whole process flows seamlessly, a feat worthy of an acrobat. The drive to school is even more spectacular. 2 hands grip the steering wheel while the other 4 work in unison to apply her makeup at lightning speed. Thanks to those 6 arms, she always times things to perfection, dropping me off at the school gate and arriving at her office with not a second to spare. At work, all 6 arms go into action. She's frantically busy, as if in the heat of battle. The moment work ends, she grabs her phone and coat and rushes off racing non-stop to the next battlefield, the supermarket. Soon, you'd see a figure draped in shopping bags, trudging laboriously toward home. But the moment she opened the door, she nearly broke down. Trash was piled high like a small mountain across the floor. Mom sighed, donned her cleaning gear, and resumed the fight. Under the whirlwind of her 6-armed cleaning frenzy, the house was soon sparkling new. Yet just then, Dad stumbled home, dead drunk. Seeing the spotless house, he felt no gratitude. Instead, he began acting recklessly again, tossing his clothes around at random, even sending a stinky sock flying straight onto Mom's face. Mom paused for a moment. Without a word, she bent down to pick up the dirty laundry and walked into the bathroom. Just as she was tossing the clothes into the washing machine, she glanced over and saw a glaring stain on the toilet seat. That was the moment her long-suppressed rage finally exploded. With a loud times bang, she kicked the bathroom door off its hinges. Her eyes turned bloodshot, and she transformed into a genuine, red-eyed, 6-armed monster. As she charged out, Dad and I instinctively turned and fled. Then, she brought her fist crashing down, and the solid wood dining table snapped in two. My father and I bolted. In a panic, I grabbed a filthy rag and flung it at her face, buying us a precious 3 seconds to flee before scrambling into the second-floor bedroom with Dad, where we held our breath, terrified to make a sound. But the very next moment, a massive hand smashed through the floorboards. Mom hauled herself up, and the chase resumed within the cramped confines of the room. She pursued us by scaling the walls and ceiling like Spider-Man, while Dad, in his frantic flight, tripped and fell. As she closed in, he tried to bluff his way out with an awkward, sheepish grin, only to be hoisted up and hurled across the room. Terrified by the sight of Dad's wretched state, I dove into a pile of trash to hide, but was ultimately yanked out by that familiar hand. Just then, Dad noticed some refuse stuck to his head and casually tossed it into a nearby trash can. Mom froze instantly. Dad paused for a second, as if a crucial realization had dawned on him. He hurriedly picked up a crumpled ball of paper from the floor and threw it into the bin. The murderous red haze in Mom's eyes visibly faded. Having figured out the trick, Dad and I immediately set to work, launching a high-efficiency cleanup operation. As the house gradually regained its tidiness, the red aura surrounding Mom slowly dissipated. She turned around, looking as though she had just snapped out of a furious nightmare, and instinctively reached for a spatula, intending to cook. But the moment she opened the refrigerator door, a heap of trash came tumbling out. Predictably, Mom's dark rage returned instantly. In the blink of an eye, Dad and I were kicked out of the house like a pair of cannonballs. Do you know how Mr. Poop staged a prison break? By the time the guards realized what was happening, he was long gone, leaving behind nothing but a toilet that was still flushing. Just a minute earlier, a deafening alarm had shaken the entire building. Such an outrageous wake-up call could only be the work of Mr. Poop. Instead of turning off the alarm immediately upon waking, he simply adjusted his bow tie and sauntered out of the room, leaving the racket to continue disturbing the neighbors. Next, he boarded a high-speed train. He was a bizarre-looking fellow with terrible manners. He hogged most of the seat and shamelessly peeked at the chat messages on the young man's phone next to him. When the young man looked annoyed, he awkwardly averted his gaze. But in a flash, he plucked out his own eyes, held them in his hand, and leaned in close to spy on the screen. The young man, red with anger, sternly scolded him. At that, Mr. Poop immediately yanked the emergency brake. Chaos ensued. He snatched the boy's phone to check it, only to find nothing interesting. He then forced the train doors open and leaped off the elevated track. He landed in a park where a family of 4 was picnicking. Suddenly, thick smoke drifted over Mr. Poop was causing trouble again. Faced with the family's protests, he hurriedly extinguished the charcoal fire. Just when it seemed the incident was over, he proceeded to set off fireworks. While the fireworks were dazzling, falling sparks ignited the lawn, and the entire park was soon ablaze. Mr. Poop tried to slip away, but was intercepted by the police and thrown into prison. He was filled with despair upon seeing the news of the incident in the paper. But then, a stroke of luck arrived. When the guards rushed into his cell to check on him, Mr. Poop had vanished into thin air. All that remained was a flushing toilet. It turned out he had escaped back home through the sewer system. He turned off the still-ringing alarm and went right back to sleep. This couple is truly pitiful. Despite their genuine love, they faced simultaneous opposition from both sets of parents. It turns out there was a long-standing feud between the chocolate cake and strawberry cake families, a conflict that had raged for over a century with no end in sight. Whenever the two sides met, it inevitably led to a clash of weapons. Yet, the power of love drove the chocolate cake to take desperate measures. He ventured ventured into strawberry cake territory, seeking a way forward, only to be tossed out immediately. He was warned that if he dared return, the chocolate stick atop his head would be ripped off. Such a humiliating incident naturally earned him a stern reprimand from his clan leader. To make matters worse, a Valentine's Day banquet was scheduled for the next day where he was to be introduced to a suitable match. But how could the chocolate cake simply submit? Driven by love, he sought out the baker, hoping to be transformed into a strawberry cake so he could be with his beloved forever. The baker initially refused, but his eyes lit up at the prospect of money. He had Milk bring over some strawberries, removed the decoration from the chocolate cake's head, sprayed on a layer of cream, and topped it with fresh strawberries, creating a knockoff strawberry cake. He then arrived at the banquet, but while searching for his girlfriend, he accidentally bumped into the clan leader. The leader recognized him instantly by his scent and naturally scolded him severely for such an act of betrayal. Hearing the commotion, the strawberry cake approached, mocked the chocolate cake clan leader, and burst into laughter. Surprisingly, the chocolate cake leader didn't get angry as expected. Instead, he beckoned someone forward from behind him. To everyone's shock, it was the boy's girlfriend. She, too, had undergone a makeover for his sake. The strawberry clan leader was stunned, then instantly flew into a rage. Seeing the parents' fierce opposition, the boy grabbed his girlfriend and tried to flee, but they were cornered on the second floor by both families just as they started up the stairs. Just as they were about to be forcibly separated, the lights in the room suddenly went out. The banquet was holding a contest to select the best couple. Unsurprisingly, the couple was chosen for their bold and romantic feat. How could the parents on both sides who had been opposed to the relationship all along possibly agree? Just as they were about to speak up and put a stop to it, the host announced the prize for the best couple. Not only a limited edition sports car and a luxurious detached villa, but most importantly, a cash prize of 800 million yuan. The parents were instantly stunned by the news. Ultimately, swayed by the allure of such wealth, they set aside a century-old feud and consented to the couple being together.